I am going to be playing some rapid chess on chess.com and explaining my thought process. I'm also doing something that I've never done before. I am trying to stream both horizontally and vertically at the same time. And I have no idea what this is going to look like as far as what you guys are seeing. Are you going to see like two streams when you go to my channel and you can choose, or how does that even work? Am I going to have two different chats going on at the same time? I don't really know. So we'll just see what happens. I'll jump into a game, and if you notice anything strange or that you think would be helpful, feel free to leave a comment and let me know. I have two chats over here, and I guess they're separate. I don't know. Well, most people are just talking in the horizontal one right now, which makes sense. Oh, there's somebody in the other one. Yeah, okay, interesting. We have an opponent who's not moving. Oh, there they are. All right, they play e4. Let's play. Actually, no, we'll play Scandinavian. We'll keep it normal, Scandinavian stuff. So, yeah, I guess there's two different live streams happening at the same time. Okay, cool. Let's bring out the knight, attack the pawn. Try to fix my dual chats here. See them better. Really interesting. All right, d4. I'm going to go with bishop g4. This is the Portuguese variation. Attack the queen, and we are trying to bait this pawn moving forward. It actually creates weaknesses in white's position that a lot of times we can capitalize on. It also takes away a good square from the knight. So it's not all bad news. Even though we lose a tempo, it comes with some trade-offs. Yeah, if the video is tiny like a short, then you're watching the vertical version. But there's also a horizontal version, which I think you can get to on the main channel page. But I would be curious if that's true or not. Okay, knight f3. I guess let's take it with the queen. We'll just be aggressive here and see how white's going to respond to this. What's the best thing to do when you're just starting out to play chess? Watch some chess vibes videos and work on your tactics. Just do like tactics puzzles either on chess.com or Lichess. There's a book, 1001 Brilliant Ways to Checkmate. I recommend that one. That's what I used when I was starting out. The nice thing about that book in particular is that all of the puzzles that you're going to be solving are specifically related to checkmating the king. On chess.com, they're kind of random. Like they might be about the king, they might not. And I think it's helpful to really focus on checkmate patterns because those, obviously, the game just ends if you have one available, right? So it's really important that you pay attention to those. Let's play. I guess we'll go knight c6 so we can castle quickly and line up the rook here. Just really put the pressure on white. There's both vertical and horizontal. So you can switch, right? You can just go to whichever one you want. All right, let's castle. And I'm not worried about this. It's not attacking anything because I have a pin. I have a pin on the rook here. Or I guess technically the pawn is the one that's pinned, but I'll take the rook. So I'll just go ahead and castle. Not worried about this. And if they castle, that's when I have to start thinking about, am I going to sack the bishop here? Am I going to let them take and come in with my knight and try to attack that way? I might actually try that. I don't think I generally do this, but bishop f4, bishop d6. No, 95 is interesting. We take. What happens? Takes, take. Yeah, maybe we can get away with that. Let's try it. So we're going to sack the bishop here. Let him take. Let him take. The idea is that our knight jumps in, and white has to be very careful that they don't get checkmated. Okay? Collab with Chess with Akeem. Yeah, I'm looking into some different options. Some people have been recommending a few different creators, so we'll see. I may do that again. Okay, he's gonna go for it. So we jump in, and obviously, if the knight moves, we checkmate. Yeah, so I figured he was gonna go there, and I need to get rid of this bishop because this bishop is stopping my checkmate threat. Okay, I got rid of it. Great. Now it's back. Means this knight is stuck. If this knight tries to move, we have checkmate. I guess it can go to h4. I'm just noticing. h4. Okay, he doesn't do it. h4 would have been interesting. That looks like a mistake. That looks like a mistake. Can you guys see why that's a mistake? Because what if I just take this? Remember, the knight can't move. There's checkmate. So if I take this, the queen has to move. Then I take the knight. Unless I'm missing something. Unless I'm missing something, which I don't think I am. Let's go. You can see the danger here of this checkmate threat, right? This knight. Oh, that's what he wanted to do. Whoa. Yeah, I didn't see that one coming. Did not see that one coming. So he's basically saying if I take the queen, he's going to take my queen, and it's just a big trade. And at the end of the day, 3, 4, 5, 3, 6, I have 2 pawns for my piece, which is not enough. Okay. That was a good move. That was a good move. What if I just go here, though? What if I just go here, keep the threat? Just get away from the attack, keep the threat. It's the same deal. You can't take me. So he's trying to trade. Trying to trade. Interesting. So we could play g5, but then the queen takes. That's not ideal. Trying to get my queen off of this. So the only move that I'm seeing is rook to f4. This is a very weird position. This is a very weird position. I'm trying to maintain this check. He wants to go knight f1. That's interesting. That is very interesting. Well, okay. So if we sack it now, the issue is he takes my queen. That is the problem. So we could play g5, which would threaten this. I'm just not sure what happens. So let's say g5, knight f1. Do I have a way to keep the attack going? G5, knight f1. Sacking doesn't make sense anymore because he's got it covered. We have to get the rook. Yeah, I mean, g5 is probably my best try. I'm not sure how I'm responding to knight f1, though. Yeah, so for everybody who's watching on the new format, you should be able to go to the channel and select the other live stream and watch it like you normally do. So if you can try that and let me know. Okay, he goes knight f1. Now that's annoying, isn't it? That is quite annoying. So the question is, how can we keep the attack going? Knight e5 takes. Don't love it. Takes, and then I can try to swing the rook over, maybe. What else can we do? Queen f6. Ah, you know what? I just had an idea. Not sure if it's a good idea. But if he takes my knight, I might actually consider just taking on f2. That would be a cool move. That would be a cool move. Isn't it? So I'm threatening checkmate. I'm threatening the knight. I mean the rook. So how does he stop this checkmate? Doesn't look easy, right? Ah, knight g3. Is that the move? Wow. Maybe I missed this. No, this guy's defending pretty well, so we probably are going to lose this game. I didn't see knight g3, actually. Knight h2. Goes knight h2. So rook h4, he's just going to defend. That doesn't do anything. Wow. What can I do? I mean, I can take the rook, but I don't have any pieces left. Oh, dear. Knight h3 check. Takes. Takes. Do I have any threats? I mean, I have a check, but that seems pretty easy to deal with. Probably have to take the rook and then bring my rook over and pray that they blunder something. Yeah, we have a bad position now. I saw too many pieces. Let's see, where is he going to put the queen? I have a rook for 3 pieces. I mean, it's not even close to being enough compensation. It's not even close. Now, if we won a piece somehow, this guy with these moves. Wait, it's check. Hold up, hold up. It's check. What does this even work? He's going to take with the rook. Am I getting mated or something? Is there some like trick here? Or is that just a blunder? What's going on? Check, rook takes. He still has 3 pieces for the queens. He's probably still winning, but can I not just move there? What's his plan? No, I don't see it. I don't see it. So here's the thing. The thing is, 3 pieces are still generally better than a queen. Now, this position, I have a bunch of pawns. I have 3 pawns and a queen against the 3 pieces. So this is probably a relatively equal position, as long as I'm not getting mated with some crazy trick here, but I don't think so. Ricky Minor just made a mistake there with the check. But if we can use these pawns to just throw the knights back, I don't know. Maybe we're fine. Okay, we do have a nice little tactic. You guys see that? Takes, takes, check. Ah, knight f2. Sneaky guy. Look at this sneaky guy. We can't do it. We cannot do it. Even if I go check first, he still has this move. Wow. That's a good one. That's a good one. Yeah, it doesn't work. does not work. Okay, so we have to move our rook. Maybe here just to pin this is what I'm thinking. Not really a pin, but it like might force a trade. Is that the best square? I could go here. He's going to just attack me some more. No, let's go here. I'm going to try not to lose on time also. If we can get these pawns rolling, we might be in good shape. If. Big if. Okay, so he's going to jump in. Can I go here? So if you can ever sack your rook for 2 pieces, it's usually a good trade. So I'm trying to basically say I have a fork. Where I'm either going to take your bishop for free, or let's say you defend it, then I'm going to sack my rook for the 2 pieces. Then we go into an endgame queen against a rook and a bishop, and I have the extra pawn, so that should be winning. So how does he stop that? Okay, he didn't stop it. He didn't stop it. So here we go. Yeah, this is what I want. This is what I wanted. And because we have all these pawns, in theory, should be winning. Whoa, king f2. Some of the moves that this guy has been playing are just very, very strange to me. Why would you go king f2? He's just trying to bring his king to the center of the board out in the open? Doesn't seem like a great strategy. All right, I'm going to take this. There he goes. I'm going to take this, I guess. Take all the pawns. Probably could even sack the queen, but why would I do that? I don't have to. I think we have enough pawns we could sack it for the rook and still win, but because of the time, I probably shouldn't do that. Let's lock out the bishop. I think I'll play c6 just so my king has a nice place to run in case I ever need it. Yep. Like in this situation, we can just run over here. Also push this guy. This guy. I gotta go faster. I gotta go faster here. There we go. There we go. Okay. Got it. We got it. All right, let's check that game because there are some very weird moves that I'm very curious about. Okay. Yeah, so he was totally winning until he blundered, and I assume it was knight here. I assume it was knight, yeah. I guess just forgot about the fact this was check. Tried to get a little too fancy, and now we just have a winning position. Okay. What's up, Ryan? How's it going, man? All right, here we go. Here we go. New game. D chess guy 124. David, good luck. Let's play knight c3. Okay, and I think this would be a perfect time for a Grand Prix. So Grand Prix attack, I'll be doing a video on this actually really soon. Continuing the series where we build out a repertoire for e4 against all the black's different responses. I think we're going to cover c5 next, and I'm going to talk about this opening. Let's castle. Usually you want to play queen e1. Also could play bishop b3 because black's probably going to play d5 at some point and make me move it anyway. So it's kind of like a proactive move. Or just f5 and just be aggressive. That's also generally a pretty good plan. Let's go f5. The point of f5 is not like, are we, trading pawns or something? It's like, I don't even care about that pawn. I just want to open up my bishop and I want to open up my rook. And maybe we even get the bonus if they take this way that we open up this bishop, right? If they take this way, then we've opened up this where they probably were going to castle, right? So it's just like one of those, here, take my pawn. I have other things, Ooh. B5, interesting. So, okay, I'm thinking about, this looks like a fork. Of course, it's not defended at the moment, but if this knight ever moved, it would be. Or even like bishop g5, let him take, and then play f6 could be an idea. Could also throw in this, and then if they take here, I take here, and that's a pretty interesting position as well. If this trade benefits me, take with the bishop. I think I'd be happy with that. e5, threatening them, then they would take here or here, right? So bishop g5 is interesting, though, because bishop g5 threatens this, but if you try to take me, then your knight's pinned. So bishop g5, what about like some crazy move like this? To get away from the fork. Does that do anything? Takes. I don't know what is going on in that position. So here's the thing. When you play the Grand Prix attack, you have to be okay like losing pieces. So we're going to go for it. We're going to go for it and play bishop g5. Just be aggressive. This is generally how I like to play. Just, don't worry about your pieces. Try to attack. Try to go for the king. Keep the pressure up. That's usually the best way to play the Grand Prix attack. So I see Rob is in the chat on both streams. So is it when you go to the channel, are there just two different options and you just choose the one? Or like if you go on your phone, does it automatically pull up the vertical? Okay, he's going to take it. And I'm going to go for the fork. Take this. And usually when they fianchetto, it's good to trade these bishops. I'm going to go ahead and do that because now these weaknesses are you know, easier to take advantage of because there's no bishop supporting them. And I guess we just take back. And we have, do I take back or do I push e5? Let's take back first because he can't really stop me because then he gives up the d5 square. We'll probably do this next move. So 3, 6, 7, 3, 6, 7. So we didn't even lose anything. Turned out to be a big trade. But I kind of like this position. Yeah, he's going to castle, but like I said, these are weaknesses. You can't really recover from that. Let's go e5 now. And what I'm trying to do is say, look, I'm going to come here. And if I get my knight here, it's over, right? So black has to stop that. Question is how? How do they stop me from doing that? Not easily. Not easily at all. F5? I don't know if F5 is a good move. Hey, can I still jump in? Maybe. Oh, you got 2 bell notifications. One took you to the vertical, one took you... Okay, that's interesting. Yeah, we have more people watching horizontally than vertically, which I guess makes sense because that's what everybody's used to. But everybody on YouTube is like, no, you want to make sure you do the vertical because everybody like pushes it to all the people on watching shorts or whatever. I don't know. That's why I'm doing this test. Some data to analyze afterwards. I think we've got black in trouble. This bishop looks really bad. And this knight is about to win me the game, right? So let's see. F5. Maybe you have to do it. Just to get rid of this supporting pawn, even though it messes up, gives you a weakness. I would probably take it. Although I guess you could make the argument that, okay, he doesn't do it. He doesn't do it. He's going to let me go for this. Wow. All right, well, let's go. This is obviously my top choice. So we could attack the bishop. Yeah, I think I want to focus on the king. I think I'm going to go here. And now it's just a question of how do we get our queen over here, right? Because if we can get the queen and the knight working together, queen working with the knight in chess is like one of the best combos in the game. The way that they work, the fact that the knight can jump over things, that it pairs very well with supporting the queen, it's extremely dangerous. I could even just jump in here and attack this pawn, although I don't know how valuable that is. Yeah, so normally you're going to go queen e1 and queen h4. I think I'll stick with that. Could also go queen d2, but since I can't go here, I don't know if that makes as much sense. Let's go queen e1. And we're trying to come here. h5, I don't know. Maybe we sack or something, or g4. We'll have to figure it out, but I'd like to get this queen in position and then start looking for tactics and mates and whatnot. This is like one of the most common maneuvers in the Grand Prix, and it's one of the benefits of your pawn being on f4 is that you don't have a pawn blocking your queen, so you can just slide it over and very quickly get to attack the king. So he's probably going to play h5 or rook h8 to stop this checkmate. Goes with h5. Okay. We almost have a nice tactic, but it doesn't work because this guy's defending. I'm thinking g4. We just bust it open. I guess you could make an argument that bringing this rook over might be helpful, but no, I think we just got to go for this. And keep in mind, the knight can't move to unleash the bishop. As soon as the knight moves, the queen is then... Okay, maybe not anymore, because king f8. That's interesting. But still, you can't take with the rook because it's just an exchange. You're gonna take with the pawn, or maybe not take at all. Can I go king h1, rook g1? Do I have a better tactic? Do I have something better? If the knight moves, I think I have h check, king f8. Ooh, it's getting complicated. It's getting very complicated. He gets the queen away from the tactic and attacks the pawn. Okay. Ooh. Ooh. Can I go knight d5 or knight e8? Can I do that? What I'm thinking is if I can get my queen on f6, so you can't go this way. Maybe you could, but I don't think you would. You'd probably go here. So here takes check. King g8 takes knight g5. Oh, I mean, that's gotta be king g7 maybe. That's gotta be crushing, right? I guess the other way is we don't sack the knight and we just try to save the knight and still come in, but it doesn't come with a tempo, which might be really useful. I don't know. Wow. Something is just telling me just play knight to d5, but maybe knight g4 is better. Let's go. Let's go. We're opening it up for the queen. Then the knight's coming to g5. Then the rook's involved. We've got pawn here. I don't know. It just looks really... And he can't take with the rook. Yeah, you have to take with the pawn. We come in. Knight g5. It just looks so good. Am I missing 95 though? Wait a second. Maybe I'm missing 95. So maybe we need to start with something else. Maybe we just start with this to weaken the king a little bit first, and then we come in with the knight. Or I could even push e6. Rook f2, rook g2. I mean, there's so many ways you could do this. e6. Wow. The knight g... Let's start with the obvious. Knight g5, I'm worried about the knight coming here. Knight e6 is a nasty fork, though. Knight e6, yeah, it's pretty nasty. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go. Here we go. Boom, 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 boom. These pieces look really silly. His king looks very weak. This rook is kind of silly as long as I don't get checkmated. This is a threat if the queen moves. This is a threat right now. This is a threat. e6 is a threat. Maybe even just rook f2, rook f1 is a threat. Have to believe this is winning. Ooh, now that's a... Ooh, okay, he wants to do this. I did not see that. I did not see that. Knight here, he's going to check me. The idea is if I take, his queen's coming down. I might be fine, though. Check. I run. Check with his rook. And I run. Man, check. What is even happening in that position? We might be fine. The other option, though, is I do something else, like a check here. Then he has to move here. And then we... What do we do? Check with the rook. No. Let's see. Check. The king is here. We go. What do we do? What do we do? What do we do? There must be a move, right? Rook. Does rook f6 do anything? I want to move my queen so I can put my knight there. Ah, I don't see it, guys. Oh, I could do a perpetual. Not that I want a perpetual, but I could do a perpetual. Okay, so we have perpetual in the bag, I think, unless he runs this way. No, it doesn't look good. All right, or I just go with my original plan. Let him do it. It looks scary, but I think I run. Check. We run. Check. We run. Check. We run. Check. We take it. Check. I mean, let's go. I don't know. I don't see it. Let's go. I don't see it. It looks like I'm getting away somehow. It looks like I'm just running all the way over here, and then he's like certainly got to be getting mated, right? There's so many threats. There's this. There's this. This. I could be wrong. I could be wrong. And maybe I'll regret not taking the draw. I don't know. He's gonna play knight f3. It's probably his only try, right? What else could he possibly play? Queen f7? No, you just lose all your pieces. Yeah, he's going to do knight f3. Okay, here we go. Here we go, folks. Did I miss something? Did I miss something? Here we go. Here we go. Did I miss something? Still don't see it. He's got problems. He's got a lot of problems. If he doesn't checkmate me. Oh, he just takes that? That was a move? Oh, guys. Yeah. I missed it. I did miss something. Man. Now I'm in a losing endgame. This on. So sad. So sad. He's going to go here. If he's smart, he's going to go here. Try. Now he's going to go check. Yep. Yeah. I just have to get my knight out of there somehow. If I get my knight out of there, maybe we can draw. Because it's only one pawn. Or maybe we win. Maybe we flag him and we win. Seems kind of slow. Seems a bit slow. Maybe I blunder and lose. The other option. Man. Ugh. Oh, I missed one thing. I missed one thing. And we probably had so many ways to win that game. That makes, yes, look at that. We were totally winning. We were totally winning. Yeah, 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 yeah. Okay, so we were crushing them. 95 was not the way. Was knight g4 any better? Knight g4 was a little better. The best move though was just queen g5. Why queen g? Just defend. Just defend. That's all Stockfish wants to do. Just defend the threat. And I guess if black tries to do anything, well, you could just take it and then play h6. Oh, 98. Wow, okay. And if he takes this way and you take, and if he tries to checkmate you, it's over. That's mate. Wow. I just needed to like slow down. I didn't need to go crazy with this. That being said, I'm still winning. Again, I'm winning here. And that was a huge mistake. I did need to go queen e6 check. No, it's just doing its repeating thing. Okay, rook a to e1 is the move. Whoa. Oh, you know why? You know why? Because if they go knight f3 now, as long as my knight is here. No, that's not the reason. I was going to say because the knight defends, but no. Stockfish says, no, you take with the rook. Oh, because now when you run, you can hide behind your rook. That's what it is. Wait, but what about this? Oh, the queen is okay. This is you. There's no way you can calculate all of this. Well, some people maybe can, but I can't. There's no way I can calculate all this in like with 2 or 3 minutes on the clock. There's too much happening. You have to consider like all these different things. You have to see rookie one. You have to see that you can bring your king around. You have to see that this doesn't work because the queen is hitting the rook. All this stuff, man. Yeah. Okay. So I was winning, but that was not easy to see why. And then I just totally missed going back to the game. I missed that after this, my rook is hanging. That's what I missed. Stockfish actually says I could have played rook f2 here. And it's a draw somehow. No, you take with the king. And it's a draw from perpetual check. What? Okay. Oh, man. That's a tough loss. Especially when you play so well, you get into that really nice position, totally winning, and you just don't see it. Those are the tough ones. Man. But that's a good example, though. That's a really good example of the Grand Prix attack. Like, you don't worry about pieces. You try to attack. Like, it's a lot of fun. Even though we lost, it's still a lot of fun, I think. Ami Hai Cham. The Ultra Hyper Sicilian? What is the Ultra Hyper Sicilian? Is that the A6 line? Like C5, A6, B5? Or is that something else? I'm not sure I'm familiar with that. Okay, let's go again. Let's go for another Grand Prix. I'm not sure what's going on with our opponent, but they're taking an awful long time. So against knight c6, you could still try to play it. A lot of times, the better option is bishop b5, I think. But we'll see if we can transpose. Sometimes they'll play d. Yeah, see, they're playing e6. So you have to be careful. Yeah, when they just immediately strike with d5, you obviously can't put your bishop on c4 anymore. So it kind of changes things. Now, the bishop has to go somewhere, right? So if you can't go to c4, a lot of times b5 is where you're going to go. And then you usually trade for this knight. So it's a little bit different. You can't quite do the same type of setup. It's similar. You still have obviously your pawns here, and you could still castle and try to attack. But you have to react a little bit more to what black is doing when they're striking in the center so quickly, right? I think they made a mistake. Oh, my wife recommended it. Yes, yes. Got it. That's why. Like, what is he talking about? The ultra hyper Sicilian. What? I got you. Okay. I think this is a mistake because I think we can take and take. This is a nice little tactical pattern. If you've never seen it before, it's pretty cool. The idea is the queen takes and you get a fork. Look at that. So the bishop is actually defended by the knight on d5. I'm just going to double check. Anything I'm missing about that? No. Yeah, it's a blender. You didn't see this one. Okay, yeah, you have to move somewhere else. Queen e2. Gonna block. Kind of annoying. Is that more annoying than castling? Castling's also annoying because the rook's coming, but maybe this is the most annoying. Can't play bishop e6, I have f5. This knight is not part of the defense. Yeah, this is super annoying. Let's go queen e2. Because if you can ever get a piece, pinned on somebody's king before they castle, it's usually really bad for them because whenever they try to castle in the future, the king is no longer defending the piece. So usually the piece is just a free piece, right? Which is what we're going to see here, I think. So now, and now we just castle. And I mean, I don't know what black is going to do. They can't do anything. I don't think they can do anything. Maybe bishop e6. Okay, maybe they could play bishop e6. But still, my position is really good, right? Let's castle. So, I'm actually thinking... Well, first of all, I'm up a pawn. So, you know, just trading some stuff is not bad. Even just like takes, and then just some random move like d3 and bring out. That's probably fine. Thinking about playing c4. The idea if they take, then I'm happy. But at c4, they could castle. Yeah, I don't think that's as good. But probably the best thing is mess up the pawn structure first. Trade off the bishop. And they are going to have the opportunity to castle. But I'm up a pawn, and look at this. This is awful. So maybe just d3. Bishop can come here or here. This looks really good, though. Although there's knight d5. I might just leave it here. I'm anticipating knight d5, and this is just a good place for the bishop. Okay, so usually when this happens, I'm going to play b3. And you will notice I'm putting all my pawns on the same color as this bishop. So it really limits the bishop's effectiveness. And my bishop can fill in those weaknesses nicely. He goes to f5 instead, so he's eyeing this and this. I mean, again, I'm pretty happy with trading. I don't want to fix the pawn structure necessarily, but in general, I'm pretty happy with trading. Now, also, since the knight didn't go to d5, maybe I will put my bishop on c3 now. And then we get control of that square. And we also might be able to play queen e5 next and start to think about checkmating the king. Yeah, let's do it. Let's go for this. Yeah, for everybody on the vertical, I do read the chats from time to time, but I mostly just try to play good games and explain what I'm thinking about. And I usually try to read members' chats first, and they're just easier to see too. So, okay, Rook e8. This is dangerous. But queen e5 is more... No, it's not. This is defended. Never mind. I was going to say this is checkmate. It's not checkmate. Okay, so probably we can just sidestep. Usually really bad to keep your queen. Actually, the other thing we could do... Hold on. We could bring this rook over. Because then if the bishop tries to get fancy, we just take it. See that? And it's checkmate. The only thing the bishop could do would be to go here, but then I just move. Not a great square for the bishop. Okay. And it takes a piece that's not doing something and puts it on a really good square. Then I can still move my queen next move if I, for whatever reason, need to get away from this rook. I kind of want to play g4. The knight doesn't look like it can go forward to me, so it's probably going to go here. Oh, that loses on the spot to queen e5. So g4, the knight has to go here. But then queen e5 also wins. So this guy. So I think g4 just wins. I think it just wins the game. Or maybe they have to play bishop d7. Maybe they have to play bishop d7. Okay, let's go though. Still, that's fine. That's fine. So I'm threatening that if the knight goes here or here, queen e5 wins. And it wins because here you're threatening two things, and they can't stop both of them. And here you're threatening a checkmate, and there's no way to stop it because you have to play f6 to stop it, but I take your bishop. You can't go here because it's my pawn. The queen is out of position. You can't run because it's still checkmate. So this is a very dangerous move. So probably bishop d7 is the only move. Then I guess I'm just going to slide my queen over. Nope, that's not it. We already talked about it. Here we go. Queen e5. There's the double attack. Good game. Time to eat some grapes. Yes, Rob. Victory grapes taste better than the other kind. Okay, so they're going to try to play on, but we are going to get a free piece here. So I'll go ahead and take that. Rook d8 was interesting. Rook d8 almost traps my queen. Queen c7, rook d7. Wow, that would have been interesting. Rook d8. No, I don't think it worked because I would have taken here. And I would have got a bunch of pieces, but rook d8 would have been a nice try. They didn't see it. They go bishop g4 instead. So because I'm ahead, trading is good. So I probably will take and play rook e1. Take and save my knight. Anything better? Knight h4, knight d2 to hop here. Yeah, probably not. This is like a fancy tactic. When someone is attacking a piece, if you can attack a higher value piece and that's defended by that piece, you get this really interesting situation where they can't actually take your piece because you're going to take their piece. And if they take your piece first, like in this case, well, then you recapture with that piece that was in danger and you save it. So this is kind of a cool tactic that's easy to like overlook, I guess, if you're not paying attention for it. But it's nice to have in the back of your mind because it allows you to do stuff like this, which otherwise might not be an option. And of course, I'm up a piece, so trading all the rooks is good for me. The more you trade, the more significant the extra piece becomes. Now, of course, I can't obviously take this way. That's a huge mistake. I have to take with the piece that's in danger. So there we go. Yeah, after this game, I want to look at rook d8, though, because that would have been an interesting move if they try to trap my queen. So they push. I assume they want to think about something like this. Can I just take it, though? They want to bring their queen over, I guess. Whoa. Okay. Forgot about the pawn. Interesting move for a 2200 rated player to make. The only thing I could think is they wanted to go to h5 and mouse slipped. Or thought the pawn was going the other direction. I don't know. I don't know. Okay, I'm really curious. We had 91 accuracy with one brilliant move. So, nice game. Let me analyze it. I'm really curious. I'm really curious about that one moment. All right, let's see. So first of all, oh yeah. Obviously, that was the mistake. I talked about it. There's the brilliant move. Okay, fine. So we go for the queen e5. Great. We take the knight. Yeah, rook d8 is actually the best move. And then if I try to run... Oh, okay, I had queen a5. I forgot I had queen a5. It's not trapped. But if I didn't see that, I probably would have taken here, which Stockfish says is good. Because you actually get a bunch of pieces. So you have 3 pieces for the queen, which is fine. And you have a really solid position. Let's see, rook e4. I don't know what black's going to do. Let's say they bring their queen back. You get total control of the file. It's especially in a closed position like this where there's not files and diagonals for the queen and the rook to use. My extra pieces are going to be much more valuable. I can jump my knight around. I could probably play f5 and jump it in here and get a fork or get a checkmate. So yeah, it would have been fine even if I had to sack my queen. Okay. We're 2392. And we get to 2400. That's the question. All right. Playing against a 2400. We play d4. Let's see if we can play the Budapest gambit. If we get the opportunity, there we go. Budapest gambit. So we talked about this in our Chess Vibes Academy, the memberships here on YouTube here. We're going to set a little trap. I don't expect a 2400 rated player to fall for the trap, but you know, it's still playable. You can still play this. Nothing wrong with this. Queen e7. I'm just attacking my pawn. Goes queen b3. But that's an interesting one. For some reason, I thought the best move was like queen d5 or something. So I'm whenever you learn a line and they play something different, sometimes it's a sign that it's a mistake. Not always. Like I'm wondering, can I go 95 and win a pawn? And then also get my pawn? Because 95, you can't go here. So you have to either go here or here or go back to where you came from. Then you go here and I take it and you play a3. I have check and then I take this. I'm just taking all the pawns. I don't... Maybe that was a mistake. Because if I get both of these pawns, I go from sacrificing a pawn to now I'm just up a pawn. Sacrifice one, take two. That's a good deal for me, right? So goes back to c2. Okay. Yeah, I mean, I guess we got to do it. Okay, so I take it. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2. Yeah, well, there we go. Budapest gambit, and we're up a pawn. Don't see that every day. Now, I could take it, but I don't really like how it puts his queen on such an aggressive square. So I'm kind of thinking of going back. The problem with going back is then this guy is not going to have a very good time. So maybe I do need to take. If I take and have to retreat, though, then I lose my pawn. We have to take and play d6 to hold the pawn, I guess. And then takes. And c6, and we're good. We're just a clean pawn up. There you go. So we take it and play d6. This is the way. Ah, I'm all out of grapes. He goes rook c1, trying to get his pawn back. And I'm probably just going to play c6. This is a super basic but super powerful little tip. When someone's attacking a pawn on a file, if you can push it forward and have it supported by another pawn, you're usually in good shape. It's rock solid now. Like they can't, I mean, unless they're going to sack their queen for my pawn, right? It was just defended. So that's usually the easiest thing. By the way, if we win this game, we get 8 points, which means we will be 2,400 exactly. So So let's lock in here, guys. I'm thinking we castle. They take, I just take back. If they chase me, I just take and then move back. Yeah, let's do it. Sorry. I don't know why I always do that. I hover off to the left and it brings up some menu. I don't have to move my knight. It's not like this happens. I just go back. I don't want to just bring my bishop out, I guess. Maybe rook d8. I could go back, though, and threaten this. Let's not spend too much time. Well, let's play rook d8. Maybe I'll go here next. I don't want to fall behind on time for no reason when my position is so good. So threatening to force a trade. Also threatening to maybe jump into e4. Maybe bishop g4. h6. Knight g6. Knight e4. Trade the bishop. Takes. Are we okay? Yep. He goes back. I think we're going to go knight g6 and knight e4. Now, I could play g5 and knight e4, but that seems overly committal. How about just the solid here? Moves the queen. Take the bishop. I'm happy. I'm happy. Okay. All right. Very good. Now, develop the bishop. I can't go anywhere, though. Interesting. I guess I could go here. We have a knight against the bishop, but I'm up a pawn, so I'm happy with that. Probably better to get the bishop somewhere than it to not be anywhere. So we'll go here. Of course, I can't take back with the pawn. That would be a huge blunder. E4. Okay, so he wants to play like f4 and just throw this pawn forward. Yeah, that's kind of annoying. Queen f6 maybe gets the knight. Go ahead and do that. This is actually a pretty powerful threat, so I have to be a little careful here. Plays f4, f5, we will have a problem. So what do I need to do about that? Maybe we counterattack right now. Because if I can play d5, for example, then this is not so dangerous. It's only one pawn and, whatever, we just move. And if he tries to push, again, I just take. And he loses all the support from that pawn. Yes. At d5. Now let's go. Best way to meet a flank attack is with the counterattack in the center. Following the common principle there. I mean, he didn't even attack me yet, but I knew it was coming. So I'm preparing ahead. Because if I wait too long and then try it, then f5 hits me, right? We can't wait. We got to do it now. Sorry, did it again. Look at these nice chess.com menus, huh? Okay. I guess we just take it. Now the question is which way. If I take with the rook, I don't like this because of this. Yeah, don't like it. So I think we take with the bishop. Come on, my bishop's really good now. Look at this. The bishop's really good because it's supported. And there are no pawns that can attack it. No pawns. Maybe we go here, threatening this one. Should be 3, takes. Just forces a trade. But I don't want to give up this amazing bishop for no reason. Let's go here. Just scanning that I'm not blundering something. I don't think so. So this is my threat. Also could bring the other rook here if we need to. Okay, so he does kind of stop the threat. I think I'm going to still take it and then maybe jump my knight in. Or take and play rook d8. Or play rook e5, attacking this guy and then doubling up here. And let's take and play rook d8. Got to speed up a little bit. I don't want to get too far behind on time. We're still okay, but if I think for like another minute or two on one move, that might be bad. So my knight is basically useless here, so let's try to fix that. We're going to d5. We're going to d5. Unless they take, of course, which... Fine, okay. Ah, they stopped me. Don't want to go to d5. Rook e1 takes, check, takes. Yeah, that's fine. We get 2 rooks. For the queen, and we have the extra pawn, we would be fine. Sneaks over there. So knight d5 now loses pawn. So let's defend the pawn. Defend the pawn. Now knight d5. He's attacking it again. Okay, interesting. Takes. Feels awkward, but I don't know how else to defend this guy. Because if you push it, then these guys both become weak. And you have 2 weaknesses instead of just 1. If he tries to come in, he's going to give me knight d5. Knight d5 takes. I got to move. We got to go for it. I could keep the rooks on the board. Yeah, let's do it. Let's keep the rooks on the board. His rook's kind of bad. Man, I really didn't want to do this, but I might. I might do it. All right. The time is a problem. So we're going to We're going to stop trying to defend these and push this guy and see what happens. Now I'm getting too low on time. Also, I might consider pushing the H-pawn here to give some more problems to the king. I want to get this maybe to D3. And then maybe now we go with Harry. Of course, if I see a tactic, I just got to take it, but... So H4, if I get to H3, then he's got to worry about checkmate. You don't want to take it either. You let me, yeah, this is dangerous. This is real dangerous. It's the principle of multiple weaknesses, right? You try to create a weakness here, you try to create a weakness here. It's like you give him too many things to handle at the same time. This should be good. This should be pretty powerful. Definitely don't want to trade queens. I had to save my rook. Now everybody's defended, and I can continue with Harry. Of course, like I said, I'm basically abandoning these guys for other stuff. This is a big deal, though. This is a very serious threat. With rooks behind it like this, he has to kind of just keep his pieces guarding this, right? Which means it's going to be very difficult to stop my other threats. I see a tactic. I see a tactic. I think. Does it actually work? Whoa. Expecting that. Not expecting that at all. Check takes E2. Man. Why am I thinking so much? I think I messed this up somehow. Wow. Amazing. Bad. Oh my goodness. How in the world did that just happen? Okay. Whew. I need some grapes. I need some grapes. Where are the grapes when you need them? I don't think anybody would have predicted I win that game on time and not on the board. I mean, I had 3 seconds here. I had 7 seconds here. I had 15 seconds here. I wasted too much time like right here. And I only had 19 seconds. That was a very bad decision. And somehow we flag him. The dude had over like 2 minutes, right? Minute and 56 seconds. Yikes. Man. I wonder how I messed that up. I thought I was like way ahead and I somehow just ruined that. Okay. Yeah, queen b3. No, queen b3 is the best move. Ooh, okay. So I guess I just didn't remember the line. And what I did was bad. This was bad? How is this bad? Because they had to play a3. I was going to take it. Oh, because I can't take the pawn back now. Oh, that's why it's bad for me, because then they can take here. And even though I have a fork, they go back. And it's just not a good position for me. Ooh, okay. So for future reference, queen b3 is a good move. Knight a5 is a bad move. And I should have just played bishop a5. Okay. 2400, guys. We did it. We did it. All right, can I play one more and not lose it? Let's see. It's always hard to play when you have that nice even number. I love chess. 301-220-10. October 2nd, 2024. Ooh. Ooh. What should I play? Let's go with the bishop's opening. The bishop's opening. We'll bring out the queen and we'll checkmate them in just 4 moves. Yes. I'm kidding, guys. I'm kidding. That's not the way. We have to do something else. We have to do something else. This is knight f6. Okay. Go d3. Up here. Okay, I think what we do is we go for this. Sort of like a Vienna game in a weird way. They can't go here to jump on me yet. Now they're threatening it. But I think what we do is play f5 to stop it. We don't want this happening. We leave our queen to guard. Until we're ready. Until we're ready to deal with it. So maybe we get the bishop out there first. Although I have to think, is that a losing move? Check. Takes. Check. No, let me take with the knight. Check. We take with the queen. No, it's fine. Yeah, so we can play bishop g5. We can definitely do that. Yes, this is probably something you can do. I'm going to go for the pin. This could be annoying if we get knight to d5. It could be. Yeah, we lose the bishop, but we get this nice d5 square. I think it's fine. I think it's totally fine. They want to take that. Okay, they want to mess up the pawns big time. So queen D3. Takes. What is happening? Also have the backup I could just take and get the triple pawns. That might be cool. Triple pawns. No, normally normally triple pawns is not ideal. But in this position, it's not as bad as it looks for a couple of reasons. Number one, we get to use the files. Since the pawns are all tripled up, we get to use these files. And black has no files that they can use for their rooks and queen. So that's something. Also, I could probably play there and like actually trade off some of those tripled pawns. So, okay, he doesn't do it. I think I'll castle. And now if you take, and I have a nice target there on d6. So, don't think he's going to do that. Okay, I want to do a poll, and I'm curious if this poll shows up to everybody or only on this particular live stream. So, are you watching horizontally or vertically right now? I think I know what I'm going to get on this poll because I'm doing it on one particular stream, but I'm just curious. I think it's going to be 100%, but let's see. Ooh, Queen A5. Now that's an interesting move. Really interesting. %12% are watching vertically? Really? Even though I did the poll on the horizontal stream? That's fascinating. That is very fascinating. Huh. Let's do the poll over here too. Just to see what I get. Okay, now it's on both. All right, guys, let's talk about this. This is an interesting move. He wants to take me and then just checkmate me. So 92 to defend seems to be my best option. I was just thinking if I should trade here first or not. Get rid of that pesky knight. Yeah, I will. Okay, so it's about 90% on the horizontal stream say they're watching horizontally. 80% on the vertical stream say they're watching vertically. Oh, you're watching horizontally, but it's showing it vertical. Yeah. Okay. That would be a vertical one. Okay, I gotcha. Yeah, the poll came late because I did it late. That was my fault. Okay, guys. A3? What's he going to do? I'm going to force him to make this trade. And then... Never mind. Did not even realize that was an option. Although, can I just go king b1 threatening? If I go there now, he takes me. Of course. But if I go king b1, I am threatening b4. And how do you get away from that? Right? Here we go. Here we go. No. Is this guy serious? He wants to sack his bishop and then come in with the other guy. But then I have queen d6. No. I'm doing it. I am totally doing it. Wait a second. He takes here. I take, he takes. He wants rook b8, but he can't do that because my queen. All right, let's go. Let's go. I'm going to end the polls. Thank you guys for the data. The 11% don't know what horizontal and vertical means. I didn't think about that. That's a good point. I didn't think about that. Maybe not everybody clicked the right one. Okay, that's fair. That's fair. Dad always told me when you're looking at the horizon, like a sunset, you know, horizon, horizontal. That's always what I think about. Rodney's watching on a 75-inch TV and looking at chat on his phone vertically. Nice. Nice. He's going for it, guys. Let's go. And I think we run this way. I say that. Might not be crazy either. This might not be crazy either. Because he's not going to let me take this. I can already see that. He's going to either use his king or use his rook. Check. I go here. If he takes first, I move. Check. Aha. If he takes first and my king is on a2 and then check, I'm in trouble. All right, so I better go this way. I better go this way. That way I can run away if I need to. Well, this is a fascinating position because he did get 2 pawns. I don't think he's going to get the third one. Okay, so if I go back, we have perpetual. If I go up, then what happens? I'm going to play like d5 or something? Nah, that's okay. I'm going to run. I'm going to run. And maybe I... Oh, I'm actually threatening. No, I actually have a threat. So he dodges that. He wants to take me here. He wants to take me here. What if I go knight a4? What's the deal with that? Knight a4. Trying to get his queen away from the defense. If he takes with the queen, I think I'm okay trading. It's a lot of pawns, though. Rook a1, bishop takes, queen e3. What's the deal there? This is very interesting. Knight a4 takes... Yeah, maybe rook a1 is better. So it's going to be a knight against a bunch of pawns. And who's going to win? I don't know. I do not know. Of course, he doesn't have to trade. He could also just keep the queen around. Although if the... No, actually, if he tries to keep the queen, I think he gets trapped. I think his queen gets trapped. So he's going to take. He's going to take. 100% he's going to take. He's going to take in 3, 2, 1. A little bit off. All right. So yeah, this is what I was saying. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. He has 8 pawns against 5 and a knight. So this is fascinating. What's going on here? We don't want to get forked. That would be bad. So I will move. So I dodge a fork. Also defend my pawn. Maybe that's useful in the future. Keeps my knight defended so that when he chases this away, it's defended. Okay. I have a cheap threat. He saw it. Imagine that. Bishop b5. I guess. Oh no, he takes it. Okay. Interesting. I like that. I was kind of annoyed by that bishop, so I kind of like this. Now we have some nice targets. He's going to come over. I'm going to come over. Did I just win my pawn back? I mean, win a pawn? Did I just win a pawn? Yeah, I think we have a tactic. Rook b8. We take it. The pin. We take it. I could even take it this way. Yeah, so he's going to change his strategy. No problem. Rook g4, king f3. No targets for the rook over here. Rook a5. Takes, takes. We're in business. We are in business. Let's go. Let's go. Look at the power of pins, guys. We're going to win this game. I'm saying it. I'm saying it now. We're going to win this game. We're going to get 10 points. As long as I don't do something stupid. As long as I don't do something really stupid. I'm going to go here, make sure I get control of the file. Two pawns, I don't think it's enough against the knight. It shouldn't be. It shouldn't be enough. I want to make sure he doesn't get the file. Three pawns definitely would have probably beat the knight, but two should not be able to do it. Don't want to let him trap my knight. So let's make sure we get it out of there. Out of the corner. Uh-huh. And can I target this on g4, f2? Not easily. How do we get there? I'll figure it out later. Guess I could go that way. Could do this. Although I might need the knight over here to stop these pawns. Can I get a pass pawn? That's what I really need. Really need a pass pawn. I could also go g4 knight here to attack that. Okay, and that gives me the option to go g5, which might be more dangerous for him, because if I can get f6, get my knight there and take that. Yeah, he's going for it, though. He's going for it, so... Let's go, let's go. Let's put some pressure over here. I think this is important. I think this pressure is important. So knight e5, I mean knight f3. Oh! Let's go! Let's go! He's going to come in, but I can just defend. I could just defend that. He's going to push and try to push this. It's going to be a race of some sort, but if my knight can help, I'm happy. I think we take this, don't we? Ooh, interesting, interesting. Okay. Let's take that. So king here, check here, here we sack and we push and we win. That's it, right? As long as I don't go crazy and take this. I see a path to victory, guys. We blockade this pawn, we sack the knight for this pawn, and then we push this guy and get a queen. See that? This is irrelevant. I just en passant it. We win. Sack. Sack. Push. Yes. Let's go. Woohoo! Even without the grapes. We did it. We did it without the grapes. Ah, what a nice end game. Yes. Okay, let's take a look. It was a pretty good game, I think. We had 82 accuracy. He had 78. Apparently, it was a draw. Apparently, it was a draw. Let's go see this moment in the game where it should have been a draw. Wait a second. Oh, right here. I messed up. I had to play knight f3 first. Why? He tries to come in, then king d2 to stop him from going here. The way that I did it allows his king to come in, which apparently... Oh, then he's winning. If he would have just let me take this and go in, he wins. Black is winning. Wow. Are you serious? King b2. And if I try to go hunting, how do I lose this? d3? He's coming through, basically. He's going to put... Oh, look at the... Wait, no, here. Ah, if I try to use my knight, he has the other pawn. And then I have no way to get through. Wait. Do what? Hold on. If I go here, he pushes. I push. He just ignores it. He's faster. He's just so much faster. Dude. Gets the queen. Check. King c3? Oh, look at this. Look at this. Wow. Wow. Okay. So all that to say, in this position, I had to move my knight to make sure I didn't allow his king to c3. That's what it comes down to. You have to make sure that you can block him from getting in and getting this guy like that. I didn't do it, but he didn't see it. Gave me the opportunity to trade first. Now, technically, it should be a draw. So let's see what the drawing line... That was his mistake. He needed to play d3 and then take with the king to keep the connected pawns. Then I was going to go check. And now he runs back this way. And he's going to take everything. I'm going to take everything, and we get a draw. I'm going to be able to take this and then sack my knight probably for this one, and it's a draw. Wow. Wow. But instead, he goes for b4, which seemed logical. But no. Because it allowed me this idea that I did see in the game of blockade him, sack him, push and get the queen. So if the game would have continued, basically, you know, this doesn't do anything. I just push. And if he ever checks me, I can just blockade. And then if he goes here, same thing. We just push. He's too slow. He can't catch this pawn. And it doesn't really matter if you try to move this guy. We just en passant it. Wow. What a nice end game. And we got 10 points, 24-10. Man. Thanks, Rob. I'm about to wrap up too. Thanks for being here. Thank you, guys. I appreciate everybody. I'm watching on both different styles. I don't know if I'm going to do this next time or not, because it's a bit of hassle on my end to make it work. And it doesn't seem like very many people are even watching the vertical one. So I kind of feel like, what's the point? So yeah, I don't know. If you comment later and you're watching this, the vertical one, maybe let me know, like, if it's helpful for some reason. But otherwise, I don't know. All right, guys. See you next time. We got it. We got 24-10. We got a nice endgame win here. Stay sharp. Play smart. Take care.